was good, bro. I was just checking in with you.
What's good, y'all? Checking in another week. This week we got a special episode, not gonna lie. We got some of the homies in town. We got some of the homies on the pod around us. But first, I gotta check in with my guy, my friend, my homie, my nigga, always here with me every time y'all check in with us. What's good, Mr.
Qualified. What's going on, Pete?
How you doing,
living,
my
man?
guy? Shit,
I'm
good,
straight, bro. Productive ass week. Tired as hell, but we move. So I'm
Nah,
cool.
for sure.
You?
If our guests want to introduce themselves, go left or right.
Yeah, what's that? Me first?
Mm.
Yeah, what's going on, man? It's Fred, man. Nice to be here with y'all. Appreciate y'all inviting me on.
No, for sure. Was good, Fredo.
What to do, brodies? Rele here from Hustler Exclusive. As always, a pleasure.
No, it was good, real.
Yeah.
Like shit, real be keeping us, clean. Every hoodie I got on in these pods, then there be Hustler merch. You feel me? Qualls got on Hustler. I'm like, shit, I got it on right now. You feel me? But no, man. We brought the guys on this episode just to kind of check in, and show y'all a little bit more insight into the group message. Really.
For sure. Facts. Big facts. But yeah, no, man, we just start with a quick check-in. Like, how y'all feeling right now? I mean, we talking the group chat all the time, but I feel like we even in the group chat, we ain't did like a check-in, just seeing where niggas mental been at, lately. So how would you say, where would y'all say y'all at right now? How would y'all say y'all feeling just, in general with everything going on with y'all?
I'm great, man. I'm sensational, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel good. I'm just getting into my content bag still, taking on new clients. I've been just working on the business. That's really all I do, man. So as long as I'm doing that, I feel great.
That's real.
Yeah, it's real. Real, how you feel?
Feel good. I feel like my arrow has been trending upwards lately. Everything's getting better. I'm looking forward to some great shit. And then shit. Damn, my bad. Can I swear?
You good. You good.
Today's drop day, so shit. I'm excited. I'm dropping some new shit right after we finish this podcast. Really, so I'm always excited when it's merch day.
Well, yeah, that's what we like to hear. I need a new hoodie.
It's about time. Yeah.
Nah, so I mean, shit. I know. Quick check-ins is just quick about quick glance over y'all week and shit like that. Y'all probably just thinking about what y'all been through recently within the last couple of weeks and shit like that. But to try to like zone that in a little bit more, where are y'all at right now? Like where y'all feel like y'all at right now? Y'all could take that in direction of wherever y'all need to go.
Where am I at within the week, or
no, just in general, like where you at, like what space you feel like you in right now?
I'm definitely in a space of, like I said, transitioning. Doing a lot of new shit, so I'm getting ready to make a jump. I'll say I can't say too much, but I'm getting ready to take a jump.
That's real. Fredo?
Yeah. I feel somewhat similar. You know what I'm saying? I'm super locked in, super dialed in on everything that matter most to me right now, like, the business, health, nutrition, fitness, all of that. So, and like, it's, I'm on like a lot of super disciplined shit right now, from diet to sleep schedule to work. But like, honestly, I feel like the most free within discipline. So like, because of that, I feel like I'm in a great space right now, honestly.
Is that discipline, new discipline? Like that's newfound?
It's like, honestly, for me, it's like I'm very much so like an extremist. Like, so I either be like all the way in or all the way out. And I spent a lot of the earlier part of this year just like, man, like I had like, man, it was just a lot of shit going on. Like I had moved from Chicago. I had like some health stuff I was dealing with, and like all of that kind of like had just set me back a little bit in terms of like being on point so far as being dialed in with like health and fitness in the business and stuff like that. So yeah, I just kind of like just dive back into it, and yeah, like that. I guess that's kind of like what I meant. So I forgot what your question was, to be honest with you.
No, for sure. I asked if that was like a newfound
oh yeah, not it's not necessarily new, but it's just like I'm kind of like, I guess recently within like the last couple months just been dived all the way back into it, if that makes sense.
Get that. Yeah. Hey, real with this new journey that you getting how do you feel like you've been preparing for that?
Shit, the same way I prepare for everything, just having my mind right. And that comes with doing the shit that keeps me from being bottled up so much. Like I go to the gym, I be eating more, had to cut back on, extracurriculars. But yeah, I treat everything the same way. It's like you gotta have your mind right before you make any major decisions. Shit, I've been, on my fitness journey, so that's been helping me keep a clear head and shit these days. I can't complain about that. Really, just trying to become a better person as a whole in order to exceed in different fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely real. And both of y'all speaking to like being in that space of transition. I've definitely felt that way like the last like 2-3 months. Like Fred, kind of really similar to what you said. Like the beginning of the year, a lot of different things occurred, a lot of different things happened that kind of threw me off of my square. I feel like I had an idea what I wanted to be doing at the top of the year, and things happened where by the time we was like in the middle of the summer, I was kind of like I'm in no way moving the way like I said I was gonna be moving. And I really had to make that adjustment. Within that adjustment, within kind of like locking in that capacity, how y'all feel about some of the things that y'all had to sacrifice to do that? Or do y'all think, or do y'all feel like y'all had to sacrifice a lot in the midst of that journey? And if so, how have y'all balanced like what it may have like meant to you or how it may feel to sacrifice something that you kind of feel like you had to give up, or I don't know, something you was used to having that you realized you had to kind of cut back on or cut out to really like lock in on what you was trying to do?
Um, I guess so far as that, like kind of like I was saying before, like I'm very much so like an extremist. Like I'm usually all the way in with something or all the way out. So like to me, like it kind of feels good because like if we just talking like trajectory like towards like a certain goal you having, whether it's fitness, whether it's like finances, business, whatever, it's like once you lock all the way in and you get rid of the you make the sacrifices, get rid of the distractions, kind of like how we were saying, it's like you kind of just beeline straight to it. And I don't know, I guess I'm just very like solution oriented and like results based in a lot of like my thinking and strategy. So like for me it's honestly it's easy, but like that's kind of like why I said I've got to be very extreme. Like I got to either all the way fully indulge or fully like sacrifice. So like it's kind of honestly been easy, and like I said, it feel great. So whenever I'm at the end of this phase, what I mean, I'll be like at like a new level of being able to like enjoy myself. So I'm just kind of like looking forward to that. But in the process, like I don't even really think about it. Like it's just, putting your head down and putting in the work every day, and we'll worry about that point when we get there.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real as hell. Real.
Um, in the beginning, I was fucked up about all the sacrifices and shit I had to make about it, but it ain't shit that I ain't used to. Like I've been doing this shit, I've been getting bored with this shit, so I'm like, ain't wasn't shit I can, dead weight really. So it wasn't shit to really cut that shit out and keep my head down to keep moving forward. Because I'm like, the further you go on your journey and you start getting progress and you start seeing dumb results and shit, it make all that shit worth it for real. So then shit, it makes you even more thirsty to want to keep at it. Like, okay, let's see what else we can do. And like Fred said, at the end of the journey, I'm gonna be at a point in which I can enjoy myself on a different level. So all this other shit don't really phase me too much.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's definitely valid.
Switching gears up a little bit. Y'all both are involved in the creative space. Just kind of glancing over that. What's the funnest part about your creative can't find a word. I was gonna say outlook, but it's not outlook. You know what I'm saying? Like output, I guess.
No, I feel you. Like outlet, output, same shit. I feel
Yeah.
you. Yeah, for me, I say, man, like honestly, just the word like creation in general, like, to, make it clear, anybody who don't know, I'm a video strategist. So like I make more money for brands and businesses through strategic video content. But like it to me, like it's like more than just creating videos, it's creating anything, it's like creating plans, creating strategies for businesses, whether that's me like doing that work myself with actually, scripting a video and producing it, or that's me hiring somebody to create graphics or, copyright or anything like that. Like I just like the idea of like manifesting something to reach a certain goal and then watching it like, you know, just happen in your face and being like, damn, this didn't exist. And it would never have existed if, you know what I'm saying, me, the client I'm collaborating with, or the team didn't put in the effort and the thought process to like create it, to like make this happen. So it's like, I don't know, like to me, one of the like the essence of like being a man and like masculine energy is creation and like putting things into the world that like create positive outcomes. Like on the spiritual level, like that's literally like what God is. So like that's like the most like the what am I trying to say? Like that's the closest thing to like a divine experience that we could like, you know, experience as a human. So that's like my favorite part.
That's real simple.
My favorite part of being a creator is seeing my work out in the world. Like right now, like the fact that y'all chose to wake up and throw on my hoodies on, that shit makes me happy. Like you always gonna be one of our biggest critics, so you never really know if you didn't really did some shit the right way. But considering I'm in the clothing business, people don't fuck around when it's time to get dressed. Well, most people don't fuck around when it's time to get dressed. So to have people wake up and grab some shit or want to buy something from you that you created on your own, it hit different for sure. That's my favorite part of it. Like that, and randomly seeing people out that I know I didn't sell the shit to. So it's like, damn, where you get that hoodie from for real? Because I ain't give it to you.
No, that's fire. Even as the homie, like, you know what I'm saying, seeing other people, like I done did videos where I got clients who wearing hustler hoodies. I'm like, damn, real no dude, like how you get this on? Like, so I feel that, like that is fire.
Yeah, nah, even like you getting into the trusted and shit like that, like that's dope as hell just to see that as a homies, like, oh, I grew up with this nigga, or like shit, you know, I'll be at the crib and shit, like I done seen you do some of these designs, like I done seen you go over some of this shit.
Like, so it's like hard to see where that shit started from, to see it go full circle and be out in the world and people actually taking to it. That shit is different.
Yeah. Fred, you this might have been the first time I heard you say it, but you called yourself a video strategist. Talk about like throughout your career, like throughout like everything that you've done, like with videography, what have kind of been the eras or the transitions of what you called yourself up to this point of being a video strategist? Because that's completely different than just considering yourself like a videographer or like just being in one lane. So how would you personally describe that like transition through the different phases of that, like up until this point?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. It's because it has like it's been a lot, and like in the creative space, like not even just me, but like especially in the video community, but I feel like in all the creative communities, like we get so caught up in titles, like people get a lot of ego attached to that. Like I ain't gonna lie, like a pet peeve of mine is when people call me a cameraman. I'm like, I'm not a damn cameraman, bro. What is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But so it's that is a real thing. But honestly, I just got to the point recently where the title don't matter to me. It's like I know video strategist is what you heard, but like the main thing that meant the most to me is when I say I make more money for brands and businesses. That's all I care about. Like like I said, I'm very solution oriented and like results based, and so that's what I care about. You call me whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? But like yeah, but even in that, like, you know, I had like a lot of different, I guess like my path just changed a lot with that. Like, you know, I started out kind of just making like little funny videos on YouTube where I'm just doing pranks and messing with people. And then that turned into music videos. And then that turned into weddings and events. And like now I got to the point where I like, you know, I realized like, damn, like what mean the most to me, right? Because like I feel like it's a big discussion with creativity in general around like niching down. And a lot of people, I think they kind of hate it because they don't like the restrictions of it. But like I said, I find the most freedom in like discipline, and like I've niched down to like doing that, creating strategic videos for brands and businesses, because like I felt like when I was just doing whatever video, like, hey bro, shoot this wedding, hey bro, film my baby shower, hey, like, and just trying to collect every dollar I could, like I was making less money and less fulfilled because I was just all over the place doing whatever, and it's kind of, it takes less value out of it. So I just asked myself like, damn, like what's the most valuable to me, and how can I provide the most value in what I'm doing? And what means the most to me is being able to like genuinely like, you know, change the trajectory of a client's business because they want to make more money so they can do what they passionate about and feed their family, and they don't got to get like a 9 to 5 they don't care about. You know what I mean? Like I just reached out to a client on Facebook who they just started an HVAC company, but they brand new. You know what I'm saying? They want to quit their job, and they got a very high ticket like business that you can Like definitely, you can make millions in HVAC for real. But they just needed that first client, and they didn't know how to go about it. And through strategic video, you know what I'm saying, we did that, and that's the best feeling in the world to me. I get the most value out of that, and the client does. So that was like, I guess that was just the best marriage of the two, and that's how I got to the point now where I consider myself a video strategist. But like I said, I don't care about the title. That just sounds the best to me, honestly.
No, that's
No.
hella real. I think that just talk to the like that just speaks to the evolution. But I love that you focused on like what you do because like you said in whether it like any type of creation, not just think especially in this space of even creation where influencing like where that intersection happens, that title means a lot to people because I feel like that's how they feel like they kind of get their name or if they got a certain title, like that's supposed to come with a certain respect. And like in a lot of ways in the industry, that is, like how it goes. But I love that focus for you is just on like what you're able to do for other brands because it's all about just what you feel like is your strong suit in general. A title don't really matter because if you got like you said, if you got an issue or a problem, or you need a service that I provide or that I can help with, that's all that really matters in the partnership. So yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I definitely get that. And then Rel, I want to ask you, in terms of talking about like loving, like seeing your work being out there in the world, how have you kind of dealt with or how have you navigated what support has looked like and how you define support for you? Because like with clothing, I would imagine that a huge part of like really getting that push out there is of course like having that support, but that can look different. That can look different based on expectations you may have with the homies, expectations you may have with people you work with, like whatever the case may be. So how exactly did you navigate like that space of what support meant to you versus like kind of how you had to stay motivated and making sure that you got your product out there the way that you wanted to get it out there?
For the time being, I just try to focus on the results. Like while selling is going to be an emotional roller coaster. Like you said, you got certain expectations of who you think might come grab something and who said they was finna come grab something and didn't come grab some shit. But at the end of the day, you got to know. Well, I got to know that it's all coming from a loving place. Like people, it's just being real about real world situations. Sometimes I'm on that list of shit that don't get prioritized as a necessity. Like when we all, like when it's stacking season, a lot of people be putting their money up. A lot of people ain't putting money up, towards going shopping. They put money up towards the holidays coming up or, that type of shit. But then again, it's always another side to that. Like, okay, well, there are people who've been putting money up for clothing, for gifts and shit. So it's always going to be some type of support being shown. I just really feel it once I'm at the end of it. Like once it's over, okay, well, it was like I said, it was a headache trying to, get all this shit sold. But once it's sold, it's like, well, this shit just went somewhere. They bought it, they bought it. It's somewhere. People loved it. It's good. We good. So it's really just be a fight within myself of, like you said, trying to figure out what the support is or not even what it is, because I can tell what it is. Like I said, people waking up and choosing to put the shit on is enough support for me. That's word of mouth advertising. Like you might go somewhere and somebody gonna stop you. Like where you get the hoodie from? It's send them my way. Now I'll work it from there. So I don't know. This is like for me. It's like as long as I'm getting results, I like to see that shit can come a number of ways.
No, that's real. I was gonna ask, you both spoke on being in this transitional point, and I know we all getting older and shit. So I was just thinking, like at this point in y'all lives, how would y'all rank the following in importance, as far as family, career, and love life? And then what does success or failure look like in each one? I know that's a layered question, so y'all can take your time with that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Family, career, love life. So I think I could hit the categories pretty easily for me. Like, and I think that is gonna change, like kind of like how you were saying that, transitioning points in your life. But right now it's definitely career, family, love life. Like I'm like kind of like how Qualls was just talking about like the transitioning points of career for me personally. It's like I'm in a totally different business model right now. So I'm learning a lot. It's a lot of pain points and like obstacles I'm overcoming. Like, so I'm putting everything like full force into this to figure this out right now so that I can make this like my new consistent day to day and it's like seamless. I'm just working on my systems to get all that automated. And then and then obviously like family is so important to me. But like that the career just got to come first, so I can kind of like what we was talking about before, just have a different level of enjoyment, because my enjoyment is family. You know what I'm saying? Like I really, it don't take a lot for me to have a good time. Like really, family is it. But I just, you know what I'm saying? I would like to, especially with us getting older and being like a man, I would like to be much more in like the provider defender role and being able to provide a lot more of the entertainment and stuff like that for my family as I get older. And then like so far as love life, like I'm just like I don't even really think about that shit, bro. Like I just want to let it come to me. You know what I'm saying? Organic is always the best anyway, right? You feel me? So it's like, when it happened, it happened. We are getting older. So it's like, I like, if I'm being honest, I am getting to the point where it's like, damn, like maybe I do desire like family and like, longer lasting, like more meaningful bonds as opposed to like situations when we was younger and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, it'll come when it comes. And then it was the second part to that question. What was it?
So you kind of spoke on it a little bit. That for me, just hearing you, that'd be the success of it. Like,
Oh, okay.
at the end of it, you want to have a family, you want to have a career, but you want all the shit to like work, basically.
Right, bro. Right.
Which is perfectly understandable. Real.
I would have to rank it family. I mean, shit. Let me take that back. Career, love life, then family. My career comes first because if I'm not feeling productive or if I'm not being productive or if I ain't operating at my normal extent, I'm gonna feel funny, I'm gonna feel distracted, so everything else ain't gonna matter to me. So therefore I gotta have my career in order first in order for me to be able to enjoy the things that come after that. And I say love life before family because like you said, we getting older, we grown now, so shit ain't no point in our family be on some bullshit. And shit, they gonna put their careers and they shit before you any day. So it's like I can't put them too much on that. Can't move them to in the second place. But and then with that being said, I'm gonna enjoy family in my own way, and that probably looks like for me as if like starting a family now that I'm getting older and shit. So of course you can't start no family unless you got your love life in order. So career, love life, family, and shit. What does success look like for me? Just that, financial freedom to be able to move around and do the things that I want to do. Like I am a creator, so there's a lot of projects and shit that I come up with on a daily basis that just need execution behind them. So the day I'm able to just think of some shit and go handle it that same day, that's when I know I've made it to where I want to be. Yeah, and being able to do that, I'd assume I'd have more control of my schedule, and going into that, I'd be able to spend more time with the fam. So
Yeah, no, that definitely tracked. I probably had to go the same order as Real, and probably for that reason, I think the age we had now is just that space where family that we had or like family we grew up with, whether that like your relationship with your parents, more than likely 9 times out of 10 probably gonna be where it's at right now. That's not always the case, but generally speaking, y'all done probably figured out wherever y'all stand with each other, whether that's super close, whether y'all got distance, whatever it is, y'all probably done kind of started working toward accepting that, or whatever the case may be. So in terms of that, when I'm thinking of family now, I'm definitely thinking of the family I want to start, the family I want to create, like I think being the head of a family is becoming more important to me than, and that's what I think about when I think of family first, then like my family in terms of like parents, siblings, stuff like that. Cause that's kind of like a given at this point. I'm thinking of cause I don't know if my definition of family is like changing, but I'm just getting a different perspective on it because I feel like I'm in a different space, and with being the head of one, I know at least what I feel like the responsibility that come with. That's why I started thinking about more. So yeah, that'll probably be my order: career, love life, family.
you getting older, it's like the holidays and shit don't be hitting the same when you be thinking you finna fall back on family, but that's just because, they expecting us to start our own. And we supposed to be, creating them holidays and traditions our own, on our own and shit now. So yes, it's just about creating your own family, and that can look different to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd agree. I'll probably have the same ranking. Like, if I could though, honestly, it'd be probably career, the gas, then my love life. I ain't gonna lie. Cause the guys, I ain't gonna lie, bitches be pissing me off. So then it'd be like, the guys or you, bitch? Like, I'm gonna go with the guys. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I really only need you for two things. Not gonna lie. But yeah. I love women though,
No, but I did think about something as we was answering that question though. When we think about that, how much do y'all feel like how much of the role of what the man is supposed to be plays a role in like how we look at that? Because I feel like we all we obviously we done grew up together, and I feel like we've all had similar mentalities of just being a provider, like being a man in that sense, because that's how the majority of us are taught. But do y'all feel like y'all had like different definitions as y'all have gotten older and gained more perspective of what it means to be a man, and like how much do you feel like that's tied to that ranking, like if at all? But even just as you looking at like how you approaching life in general now, how you feel like that idea of like what a man is supposed to be doing, whether that be the execution aspect, whether that be what we supposed to be responsible for, how exactly does that play a role for y'all as y'all are starting to approach life and navigate life in this space at this age, with that new perspective?
So for me, I've always had like 3 different outlooks on that shit. Cause like shit, 3 of us on this motherfucker. I grew up with my pops like in the crib type shit. So like I saw him. I saw what he was doing. Wasn't always good. Like I saw some negative things too. So I was able to see like, all right, this is the positive things of what a man means. This is the negative things. Take the positive, try not to do the negative, and then you go through life and you kind of develop your own understanding of what a man is. You start to get these images of like, oh, that nigga with the nice car, that's a man. Or that nigga with the nice suit and nice clothes, and he got that's what a man is. And then you kind of like, all right, so taking, but at this point, it's like, I just feel like I grew up with certain morals as far as like religion and shit like that. Crazy to say religion and shit in the same sentence, but it'd be like that. But things that I learned from back then, like, provide for the family, take care of your family, protect, be a righteous and trusting and person. Also outside of that, it's just like go to work. Like I'm not one of them niggas that like have a problem working. Like, bro, you got to provide. Even outside of providing, you got to take care of you. Ain't nobody about to take care of you, a grown ass man. Yeah. Now, I look at that shit too. Like that's a thing for me. You a grown ass man. What's a grown ass man? What's a grown ass man supposed to do? Like if you were at a certain age, and not even at a certain age, but at a certain point of understanding, there's a certain level of what you supposed to do, how you supposed to move, and how you not supposed to move. And yeah, I guess that was just summing it up for me.
Yeah, that's real. Fredo said that's about
because I really agree. I'm very similar with it. I'm very like traditional in the sense that I believe like, I mean, I know we live in a different time, so everybody ain't got to believe what I believe, but I believe I'm big on that. A man being a provider, protector role. You know what I'm saying? You handle business. You know what I'm saying? You make sure your family eat and all that. And so like, especially like for me, like right now at a time where I don't have kids or like, you know what I'm saying? Like a woman in my life, like on that type of level. I'm big on that. Like that is probably, you said like the leading factor in everything I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
That probably is like the biggest reason in between for everything that I'm doing. Like I said, I really want to, I'm the youngest, like out of all my siblings, right? So I got plenty nieces and nephews. So like, even in that, like I want to be like a great example for them. Like I want to be the man for them. Like as they growing up and I'm seeing them in high school, I want to make sure like, you know, I'm able to make sure that they doing good and always having while I don't have kids. And then, you know, when I do have kids and a woman and stuff like that, I can always provide for them. That's like the main reason why I am so like disciplined in everything that I'm in, even when it come down to my health, like, cause I just want to make sure like I'm healthy and I can live as long as possible to like take care of like my tribe type thing. Like I'm very like primitive and like tribal in that sense, you know.
That's real. Real.
I feel like y'all pretty much hit on a lot of it, but this is gonna keep it simple. Man is somebody who stands on business, take care of his people, and builds legacy. Like you can't be a man if you ain't got no legacy. And that can look different. Like as I've grown and got older, I've realized that looks different through a lot of different perspectives. But I feel like as long as you stick to those three things, then yeah, you pretty much up there.
Yeah. No, that's real. Yeah, I think, and as much as like all those had like similar themes, if you will, I think the outlook is gonna always be personal. It should be, because like y'all all said, like as you go through life, you start to develop what those different things mean, what different things look like to you. And I think the biggest thing I've learned is it's so important for me to have that idea for myself, because I got to teach somebody that. Like ideally, you know, in an ideal world, you know, I got a son, I got to teach them or at least steer them on the right path, and I'm gonna be they, you know, most like upfront example. And I don't see that as pressure, but it is more so the idea that like I want to make sure I'm prepared for that. I want to make sure that as much as I know I'm going to be learning along the way, I want to have a foundation myself that's easy to build upon as I learn, you know, more about life and just go through more things in life. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's solid. Hey, so like random, how many kids y'all niggas want to have?
3 max.
Yeah, I'm capped out at 3.
1, no cap.
I ain't gonna lie, I was almost with you, Fredo, but we can max out at 2. I'm cool with 1, but we can max out at 2.
I
That's
agree.
all
I agree.
need.
Like I really want a son. You know what I'm saying? So if I have a girl, I'm gonna try again. But if I get 2 girls, it's a wrap.
I ain't gonna lie, I want a daughter.
For real?
Crazy. I want a daughter, yeah.
That actually don't surprise me though.
I've been raising a house, you know.
What you say?
I've been raising hoes. Niggas know this, the fuck.
Nah, but yeah. That's crazy. I'm weak as hell. But nah, yeah, that's so. Do you got a preference on 2 girls or 2 boys, or you want 1 and 1, or it don't matter?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm cool, honestly. Like with a girl and a boy, that'd be cool. Like I always thought it'd be fun if I would have had an older sister. So I think that'd be a cool dynamic. Like little bro with the older sister. You know, she get to do certain things, and then even as a little brother, I feel like you try to be protective of your older sister. So I would just enjoy that dynamic type shit. Like I grew up with a little sister, and I grew up with older brothers. So like, I just know it would be different. It'd be fun to watch type shit.
Yeah. Yeah. My max is 3. I'll max out at 3. I personally want to, just because mom's had to. So, but I don't know. I think I equally want both. Like I definitely want a son, but like I would not mind having a daughter at all. So 1 and 1.
I think a daughter would be so cool, bro. Like because like I said, I made the joke about raising hoes and shit like that. But like niggas, we've dated a lot of different women. We've experienced a lot of different women. We see the flaws within our own mothers. No offense, mom, you know, but at the same time, like we see those mistakes, we see these flaws even that they have made, and it's like, damn, I want to be able to mold a little girl. Like I want to be able to mold her and like help the world be better, you know, for the future type shit. Because I know what I went through, but if I could do anything to like help the next generation, to be like, all right, raise a daughter, bro, you know, because you will never know the influence that she'll have on her friends. that's more women that'd be, you know, a certain type of people in this world, and then shit like that.
No, I feel that. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very interesting take on it, but I do understand it. I do get it. I do get it though. But man, honestly, I feel like this ain't came up in the group chat in a minute, but maybe this. I know I've asked Pat before, but how we going on what? This got to be 10. We almost at 10 years. Well, at least since graduation, but we didn't all known each other 10 plus for sure. How often do y'all think about like how not so much the group dynamics, but just how everybody in the group like has changed over time? Like not so much individually, but just the idea that we as a group we've stayed close, but we've also seen each other, even if it's from a distance, and some closer than others, just go through these different phases of life from 18 to 27, 28, where we at now. How often do y'all feel like y'all are thinking about that or catch yourself kind of, I guess, harping back to, oh, this how I was a few years ago, this where we at now? I remember shit like this in high school, this where we at now. Like, how often does that like cross y'all minds? I know for me, I think the older I get, and I don't know if it's because it's kind of the 10-year thing. I don't know if it's just because that's where I'm at in life right now, but I've definitely been thinking about it a lot more recently than I would say like a couple of years ago. But yeah, how about y'all?
I don't know how often I think about it. Maybe every time I see like one of the homies like with a kid or something like that, because that's just always so crazy to me. Like thinking about how we was friends in high school and y'all like really fathers now, and like but like I mean, it's if well the thing that's most interesting to me is like you just never know. Like we went to high school with a lot of people, and a lot of them niggas turned out a lot of different ways. Some motherfuckers is homeless, some motherfuckers is serial killers, some motherfuckers is like very like successful in business, some
Some
motherfuckers
niggas is
is
gone.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest one. You know what I'm saying? And you just so you just never know. But it's really interesting to see like how like all of us is like very on like similar trajectories. Like I can honestly say like I know we all homies, but I can honestly say like all of us is like very morally decent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is like pretty much productive and got a thing that they working on or multiple things that they working on. So that's probably the most interesting thing to me is like it's just having a good feeling of like damn like all y'all niggas just definitely turned out like pretty damn decent. Like whether it's you a good father or whether it is like, you know what I'm saying, you handle your business and your job or your career, your education. And it's like, I don't know, bro. Like I like a lot of I don't want to say like nobody even like surprised me necessarily, but it's just cool to see like how it never stopped too. Like everybody always got some new news that they updating somebody about like on a next level that they made it to. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably I don't know how often I think about that. Like I said, probably most of the time, like when I see people like, our friends with kids and stuff like that. But that's just real interesting to me.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
I start thinking about that shit. I think every time like three or more of us is gathered in more in one place, that's when it really be like if you get three or more of us in one spot, I'd be like, damn. But at the same time, I'm grateful for it because that's a lot of different perspectives and opinions that I can fall back on while navigating. I think is that factor alone has done us all some great justice, just being able to reach out and get different perspectives and different, point of views when it comes down to the situations and shit that we be facing. And like you said, shit, and everybody turned out decent, so it ain't like you got a collective of fucked up individuals. Like you really
Right.
got some substance behind it.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. That's solid. I think the way I really only think about it probably the same thing Real just said, like when it's a group of us together. I was like, usually I feel like Ia bring it up randomly. Like whenever a group of us together, Ia bring it up, like, bro, it's crazy. Like we really been since we was 15, 16, and it's like, damn, nigga, you right. Like, nigga, you got a whole barbershop. I think that should be fucking me up too. Like whenever we link up at the shop, and I'll be sitting there like, bro, we was in high school. This nigga was cutting hair in the lunchroom.
Facts.
This nigga went through what he went through in life, came up out of that, got a shop, got a kid, doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like taking care of shit. That shit really be fucking me up and having me like, bro, look at us. Like, like niggas never knew this shit was gonna be like this. And granted, we're all not where we want to be at yet. But niggas will get there, and niggas is also on their rises type shit. And I think that's the time that I notice it type shit.
Yeah, no, that's where definitely. I think with me being the one that is the furthest, and so I feel like I see people the least in that sense. Yeah, every time I'm at the crib, I think every time I visit the crib, I feel like I get that. I start thinking about that because it's just like I know I'm gonna always had the opportunity to see some of y'all. Like I know I'm gonna see a few, and you know what I'm saying. So, and even then, just being around that energy, I think that energy for me, like it's a reminder in a way because I'm not still in the city, so like I of course I ain't lose. What am I trying to say? Like I ain't lose the energy or like the feeling. Like I still it's in me, but like when I'm around y'all, it's like all of it start to kick in. Like everything about really high school, on just kind of like really set in for me. So but like Rel said, grateful because I mean to actually that all y'all said, everybody, when we looking at people that we went to high school with, it's a lot of different directions, people went. It's a lot of different stories, for people. So the fact that what 9, 8, 9, like 8 to 10 of us, you know what I'm saying? We still in this space of like holding each other accountable, but also like supporting each other, like pushing each other. And like y'all said, everybody is still on their trajectory. Everybody's still on track to do the thing they pretty much set out to do at a certain point, like damn near once we graduated. Like everybody's pretty much in their lane that they said at some point, like after we graduate, like this is what I'm trying to do, or this is what I want to get into. So that's always good to see and always something I'm proud of as well. Like can always say my homies on their shit. So yeah, that's not a given, not a guarantee at all.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, for sure. What's been the most surprising part, I guess? Just doubling back on that question. Like since high school, what's been the most surprising
In general or with
to watch from the group?
Niggas and these kids.
real.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it gotta happen at some point if you think about it, but at the same time, it's just still so crazy to see. Like honestly, like even like, bro, like Ken, bro, that's my nigga, bro. Ken been goofy as hell since the day I met him. So seeing him like really raising the son and like exceeding at that shit and doing exceptionally well is like insane to me sometimes, bro. Like, wow, you really your father, really providing for a little kid. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's has been goofy since the day we all know. Nah, but he's great though. I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely perspective we had to get from him. But I don't know. I just think I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that it's more so been surprising, but I think seeing that response in real time, like you'll hear and of other stories of like, niggas our age or other people, homies that may have kids. So you always hear stories, but seeing in real time, these people like these niggas transform. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas like really make that adjustment and like, but not run away from it though. Like I ain't seen not nan one of them when all the situations happened where it was like, it was never a question. There was never a question about like, if I'm gonna be there, if I'm gonna step up, like that wasn't an option. And I think just seeing all of their different responses, in reactions to those situations, because I mean, it's not always planned, or expected, but if that's what it is, if that's the type of time that it is, then this is what I got to do, or this is who I got to be. So I think just seeing that happen over the years, and I think outside of that, and outside of like just our homies as fathers, I think just as a group, I don't know. I think it's something to mention when a large group of men can all still remain close and like really be like tight knit when they all going through their own like individual things. And I feel like it could have been real easy for people to like step away from the group or get distant and like not make sure that bond was tight. But I don't think we really allow that. Like I don't think we allow each other like to go through things alone, let alone not know that like the group is there in general. So as much as that's not a surprise, I think in a way, seeing that happen for so long is kind of just something else to be grateful for. Because again, I don't know too many other friend groups, you know, from high school, hell, friend groups in general that stay, you know, as close knit, especially when they not all, you know, in the same place, seeing each other all the time, you know. So that surprising to see, but grateful to see it for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure that. I can agree.
Niggas don't make it.
You said what?
A lot of niggas definitely don't make it.
Nah, for
For
sure.
sure.
Shit, girls too, especially girls, bro. I don't know if I know no girls that was homies in high school. That's still cool when I really think about it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not
I know.
groups, not large groups for real.
I mean, that one group still friends, except for like one person.
Yeah.
DSC.
Yeah. Niggas knew what niggas was talking about without even having to say it. That shit crazy.
Hey, yo.
That shit
No,
crazy.
I guess they
I mean, think about it. Like all of them still, they all still be around each other.
You're right. You actually right about that one. I forgot about that.
They might be the only ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like they might be the only one though.
Yeah.
Right. That's funny.
That was a throwback.
That's crazy.
Oh shit, man. Yeah,
Niggas
man.
didn't. My bad.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. My fault.
Did just doubling back on, you know, we talked about that arrangement of how we rank shit. How do you feel like y'all, I'm gonna go 17. How do you feel like y'all 17-year-old selves would view y'all now that y'all 27?
Damn.
Like if you like say that nigga sitting in front of you right now type shit, and you like, hey bro, like
honestly, 17-year-old me probably is way more like proud of me than I could even give credit for. Because the only perspective I have is like thinking I can think about how I thought at 17, but I don't know if I can like conceptualize like if I was 17 and I saw me now. Like I can't really picture that, but just based off of what I thought, like if I knew somebody at 27 when I was 17, or like the older homies I did have, and I was like, oh, they cool, or these things that they do, like, you know, I want to do, or I want to feel like that's something that looked like a man to me, or that's the man I want to be type of deal. So I think 17-year-old me would see me now as like I think he'd want to be me. You know, I think he'd want to be how I am and who I am now. But yeah, it's kind of hard to answer. It's kind of hard to put in the mindset of seeing me now at 17. So
would you be proud?
Yeah. Like would my 17-year-old self be proud?
Yeah.
I think so. Like if I have all knowledge of everything, like yes, absolutely, 100%. Because as much as I'm not where I want to be, a lot of the things that I wanted to be doing, or that I wanted to be a part of who I was at 17 are. And so, like, outside of being asked that question, I may not have thought of it in that way, but definitely would be proud for sure.
Yeah, solid.
17-year-old me looking at me today, I feel like the nigga would be shocked. I didn't think to make it to where I am right now. Like, considering the shit I used to do when I was 17, being able to operate and do the shit that I do now, would have never thought of. Well, wait, that's 10 years ago. 10 years ago, that's 2013. Yeah, I was just now getting into my entrepreneurial phase for real, and I wasn't really sure if I was doing this shit right. In 2017, I was in my hustle on. I was selling candy shit. To go from moving candy and chips and shit in the hallways to actually moving products out here in the real world. Shit, yeah, I'd say nigga be proud but shocked for sure. Like just to be able to that and knowing where my head was at in them days to where it's at now, yeah, I think motherfucker be pretty damn amazed.
That's real.
Yeah, I'm kind of very similar. Like I think 17-year-old me would be like just very like happy. It's probably the best way I could think to describe it. Cause like I ain't really think about it till y'all asked this question, but like I feel like I very much so like remain was able to hold on to like just like my childhood self. Like I really still do a lot of the same shit I do when I was 17. Like I still work out all the time. Like I still play sports all the time. It might be different, you know what I'm saying? Like I was, that's when I was, selling chips and candy and shit too, and painting shoes and shit. And it's like maybe I'm on a different doing a different type of entrepreneurship. But just like I probably never used to say this shit when we was younger, but I was like really afraid of growing up, bro. Like high school and all that shit was just fun. Like that shit was genuinely a blast to me. And I was afraid to go to college and have to be like an adult and pay bills and shit like that. So like I think I would just be so happy to see that like I'm an adult, I'm paying bills and all that shit. And like, yeah, it do suck that time sometimes, but it's really not that bad because I'm still, like I said, I'm still maintaining my childhood. I'm still working out all the time, still playing sports, having a good time. I'm still trying to figure out like how to thrive in business or how I'm gonna take like my entrepreneurship to the next level. So like, I don't know, that's a good feeling. So I feel like 17-year-old me would be pretty happy about that.
No, it's real. I think for me, 17-year-old me, I'd be surprised. Cause like, y'all know, I was a young dark nigga. So like, I didn't think I was gonna live to see 18 type shit. So 17 to just be surprised that nigga, you almost 30. Like, nigga, 27, like, damn. Like, and granted, niggas, of course, is not where they want to be and shit like that, or even, but 17-year-old me didn't know what the fuck he was gonna do. Like 17-year-old me was getting told to apply to college. And nigga, the only thing I ever was told was you gonna graduate high school because my older brothers didn't. They dropped out. So 17-year-old me would be surprised. I don't like using the word happy, but it'd be proud.
Wait, why you don't like using the word?
Because I don't really understand happiness for real.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so much.
yeah, we can go there if you want to.
That sound like a whole podcast right there.
That's a whole
we can go
nother
there. Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't really understand happiness, bro.
That is tough. I mean, I don't know. You, Pat, you talked about it before though. I even when you speak like that, the fact that you even comfortable speaking like that around us, and even for us to know, I don't know, because like I don't get worried when you say shit like that, because I just feel like I know that that's how you talk.
Yeah.
But in the same way, it's also like, I don't know, you've spoken to how like you've been able to be more, vulnerable with us than you have, like, I mean, a lot of other people. So I think even just the fact that whether you see that as confiding or not, like that's something that you even got the ability to do. I mean, I just speak to the group in general. I feel like it just speak to the effect that the group has had on like all of us. So
no, for sure. I mean, we all got our individual relationships within the group, but the group is relationship itself type shit. So like when niggas come to the group or when shit, even me just saying that, like I don't have any resistance or reluctancy saying it because it's like y'all niggas might look at me crazy. Or y'all niggas might brush it off and be like, oh, that's just Pat on some dark shit type shit. Or some of y'all niggas might actually be interested in the conversation. But I'm gonna throw it out there because I'm interested in having the discussion at least. Like, and it's not even on some like I'm sad, depressed type shit. I don't understand the thought process of happiness and what truly is happiness. That's all I mean. Because a lot of people are walking around content. So if motherfucker wake up and be like, you cool, you good? Oh, I'm straight, bro. We go around our whole life saying I'm straight, I'm good, I'm decent. In real life, if you take time to think about how you're actually feeling, most times we don't be good, we don't be decent, we don't be okay. So how do you understand happiness at that point? What is happiness? When was I ever truly happy? Because if you ask me a second later, was there something wrong going on? Like, was I irritated? Was I depressed? Was I sad? Was I broke? So was I really happy? Or was that a happy moment? Like, you can go a lot of places with that. So that's more so how I mean. I feel like I had to explain because I didn't want niggas to think like too crazy.
Nah, you good, bro. I mean, but
Sure.
like you said, just being open to the conversation. I mean, that's again, none of that is like the older you get, the more you realize like a lot of stuff ain't guaranteed. Like you think because I've been around y'all and because we've been cool for so long, some shit that y'all do, I could assume is like that's just how it's supposed to be. That's how your homie's supposed to be. But that's not always the case. It just ain't like I don't even want to get into it being like all niggas ain't built the same because it ain't even
I
so
mean,
much
we've
out
had
that
those conversations.
we have, you know what I'm saying? But it's just more so like for me, it's about not taking for granted that's how we are. That the group of us, that's how we are, because it's just not guaranteed that everybody, whether that be an individual or another group, they just not everybody not gonna operate the same. Everybody not gonna think the same. But I think it is as a man, at least, I like being surrounded by that balance, that the group has. So yeah, I just feel like that's beneficial for everybody. But yeah, yeah, man. Shit, no. A lot of shit to check in on for sure, as always. I feel like I had like a final question. That's what it was. And this could be the last question. Do y'all feel any particular way about closing in on 30?
I do, definitely. I just feel like 30 is old territory. Shit. Like once you hit 30, the motherfucker call you old, you can't really deny that shit no more. It's like, well, yeah, nigga, it's 30. So it's just like shit when you start to think about, okay, I'm old now. What the fuck should an old nigga have going on? What should like your priorities and the things you focus on become different. And it's like when we were talking to earlier, making these transitions and everything now, just so that getting older will be easier. I ain't trying to be road running 24/7 shit after 35 for real. But as you experience life and get to seeing more shit, you realize that it's just a number. There's people still out here, they motherfuckers just turn 45, 50, still, transitioning to new parts and phases of their lives still. So I don't think it's nothing to get too caught up on, but it's definitely a milestone.
For sure.
Not I honestly don't, man. Like honestly, in my head, like I still wake up every day and feel like I'm like 20 and shit. Like I really don't. I feel like I don't know, bro. I feel like I like after a certain age, it just didn't matter to me no more. And I don't know if that's just because like some people might have different opinions about this, but like 30 for a man is like nothing to me. Like, when you a woman, I feel like when you turn 30, I feel like it hit a little different. But when you a man, I feel like in a lot of cases, like, I don't know, bro, like the people who I look up the most to, like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, even like Joe Budden, academics, like even like, you know what I'm saying, Virgil, like a lot of these people didn't really hit their pinnacles in life until damn near like 40. So it's like, that shit really don't like move nothing to me. The only reason it does, I think, is like stuff that's natural for me. So it's certain things that when I look back and think about it, I'll be like, damn, why the fuck I feel like that? I'll be like, man, maybe it's because I'm getting old. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just much more intentional with shit. I really don't like wasting time, whether that's with women, whether that's with like going out and doing certain shit that just don't like move the needle for me. And I'll be like, man, maybe it's because I'm getting older. I'm starting to feel like this. Cause before, like, like maybe wasting time, quote unquote, just felt a little like more meaningful or like, you know what I mean? So it's like it's not a conscious thought I have. Like maybe subconsciously, like it's just a lot of things like that my body make me feel differently about. But like otherwise, like nah, bro. Like even kind of like going back to the conversation we said about being our 17-year-old selves. Like I said, I still feel exactly the same as that nigga. Like I do a lot of the same shit I did when I was 17. So like to me, nah, bro. Like I really feel zero pressure about turning 30. Except if I'm keeping it real now, when I really think about it, maybe in like the women, family, kid department. You know what I'm saying? Like I do kind of think about that sometimes. Like, damn, do I want to fucking be 35 having my first kid and shit? But like that's really like the only thing. Other than that, I really don't have no pressure with that.
That's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
yeah. I'd agree with Fred. I wouldn't say it's pressure at all. Do I notice it? I guess, yeah, for sure. Because, like I said, piggybacking off of he said, like the 17-year-old self shit. Like, I didn't think I was gonna see 18 type shit. So to be getting closer to 30 is like, god damn, like nigga, you almost 30. And then also what he said about the family aspect, like I want kids type shit. I ain't gonna right now. I ain't got no relationship. I ain't got no relationship like prospects right now. What the fuck going on? So I'm like, damn, nigga, like this shit has to happen. How the fuck is it gonna happen? Type shit.
Right.
So that getting closer to 30 definitely bothering me. Like, damn, bro, like you ain't know about 30. What the fuck? Where the kid coming from?
Get the sperm bank, that motherfucker pop up.
Hey man, y'all know my theory, man. I told before on this. Y'all can donate your eggs. You feel me? Like
Go pop
donate your
that.
eggs, man.
Want some answers one day.
Yeah,
Nah, that's real. I think I don't like to look at it as pressure. I think because 30 has just always been considered this general milestone. It's just the next like age, like the same way that 21 is a milestone age, 25 is a milestone age, 30 is the next milestone age. So I think in that sense, I think about it.
I get that, but question: did 25 hit for y'all?
no.
That's
I don't even remember
same.
turning 25.
Same.
So 25. So when you say 25 hit, was it like did I turn 25 and feel some type of like special emotion about it, or
Now I know me and you have had the conversation about how we develop mentally after 25, or like where we was at mentally within that age point. So I don't mean within that. I just mean turning 25. Like, did it like
nothing?
exactly?
The same since 21.
Exactly, bro.
Honestly.
Like not at all. I remember having I had a girlfriend at 25. We was like the same age, and our birthdays was the same week too. So we both about to turn 25, right? And she like, oh, what you want to do? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? We get some chicken wings and like watch a movie. She like, but we're turning a quarter of a century old. It's our first time doing this. Like, you know, so I'm like, bro, it's like it was literally nothing to me. But I don't know, like Rele said, like we all pretty much said, bro, this shit got blurry after like 21. But I mean, if we keeping it real, shit, we've been drinking since goddamn, you know, so like that wasn't even really that different. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's
You
real. I
go
think it's all just
somewhere,
perspective.
actually go somewhere established and do the shit.
Right,
Right.
right. Them the rates on the rentals went down. That's all I know, and I have to get
Yeah.
insurance. That's really it.
Yeah, after 25, you ain't got to pay that extra young driver fee. That shit is clutch.
That's close as hell. Close as hell.
Anyway,
For sure. But yeah, man, no, I think that's I don't know, but I think that's it, man. I don't know if I got too many other questions for him, but I know we checked in about a lot. Definitely
Yeah,
tapped
man.
about a lot. So
Definitely
yeah,
appreciate y'all niggas coming on.
yeah.
Niggas.
Nah, yeah, man. Appreciate the invite, man. I ain't did nothing like this in a minute, so it was dope, man. I can't wait to see some of these clips.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
it's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Well, with that being said, it's been real. It's been chill. Yeah. That's all I got for this week.
Hey, I heard you going nowhere. I heard it. I said, this nigga ain't got nothing.
But nah, with that being said, y'all, catch y'all next week, man.
Peace.